Straight out the boot room to Wembley, our second home. We come to conquer. No, we never walk alone. We dominate the cream of the crop, drawing all our strength from the roar of the cock. It's all for one and one for all. Pass the move. We're talking total football. Here we go again. Roy's red machine. Liverpool, the greatest team the world has ever seen.
Hello and welcome back to the Liverpool Groove. It's a very weird episode today because there's no actual football to talk about. We are here to talk about one man and one man only. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Arsenal. Yeah. See you later, everyone. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Look, it's not official, but it's sort of the closest thing to being official without being official, if you like. At the minute, he's gone. It's all but done. And yeah, the reaction to that is what you'd expect from most people. The people who understand it and get it, is the reaction exactly what you'd think. He's a rat. He's a snake. He's everything under the sun. He's this, that, and the other. And I can't blame people for thinking that. I think it myself. You think it. I know you think it. Like I said yesterday, like I think 95% of the fan base knew, or not necessarily knew, but accepted that he was the one who was going to go out of the three. But it just would have been nice. Like it feels like he's strung the club along, gave them indications that he was going to sign a deal at some point. So we've kept on offering deals. If you believe the rumours, he's been offered like 3 or 4 contracts and he's rejected them all. So obviously he must have been given some kind of indication to the club that, yeah, I'll stay. I'm going to sign. And now it's like, no, he's injured. There's a possibility he might not play again for us. Ideal time to announce, or not necessarily to announce, for the news to break from the reputable sources that it's nearly a done deal. And yeah, it all just kind of stinks, really, to put it mildly. He's absolutely just sold us down a river.
The timing of it, lad. The timing of it, even whether he kicks a ball for us again or not, to bring it out when we've got 9 games left. And, you've seen the video of his brother laughing his head off at Wembley. I just think they're just a rat family. Feel sorry for the ma because he's going to bring fucking shit to his front door from scousers who don't like being shit on, basically. He's put his finger up to all the fans who've paid his wages for years. He's told us he's just one of us and he wants to win for his city and his people. And then he's strung the club along knowing we can't replace him. He's been a brilliant player. He's worth a lot of money because he's English, because he can pass a ball the way he can pass a ball. Had he had a 3-year contract, maybe we'd be getting 100 million for him and we'd be able to replace him. But instead, he's took the signing on fee and he has sold us down the river, and that's unforgivable. I'm sat here with a smirk because yesterday I was just having shit with everyone. You've got your wolves and your foreigners who don't grasp what it means to us to dream of playing for Liverpool and what we give to play for Liverpool. We either played for free, we either went into debt to just kick a ball at the Kop, and he's had it and he's given it away to go and be a bit part player in a fucking fancy team. Again, I say wolves and I say foreigners with a pinch of salt because there's loads of wolves and foreigners who grasp it, who've been to Anfield and they've been all the time and they know exactly what it feels to love this club with all your heart, more than any person, more than anything in the world. And that's the way we see it. I got told yesterday to calm down, it's only a game. Wants to fucking grab it through the screen. She told me to go and stroke grass and pet a pony or something.
I've seen that actually.
Thick as fuck people who just don't get how much it riles us up. You're toying with our lives. This is our life. We go to bed every night thinking about the next Liverpool game. We wake up every morning. When we were kids, the very thought of a scout seeing you used to make you go to bed nearly crying because you were that excited that you could have the chance to ever play for Liverpool, let alone be the vice captain and have the opportunity to potentially captain some league titles and European Cups and that. So for him to throw that all away is just a 2 fingers up at us who've had the dream and haven't been able to get there because we're fat ginger cunts. Yeah, anyone telling us how we should be thinking, fuck off. Simple as that. I'm not going to have a go at anyone who's saying you know, wish him well. He's give us everything. He's give us his career and all that. That you think like that. That's a nice way to live. For us, it means more to us. We've been shit on. We've personally been shit on. We've paid the cunt's wages, and we love the club with all our heart. So to see someone like him get to live our dreams and then just shit on us is an absolute joke. And as I've said before, I don't want to see him kick a ball for us again if everything's agreed. I think just fuck off now. Let him go. Terminate his contract and say ta-ra. Simple as that. Shouldn't be part of the football club as soon as you turn your back on us.
Yeah, that's what he's done. He's turned back on us. You mentioned the sort of reaction online and stuff like that, and like someone told me to get a grip with what I put, and I just said, like, man's one of the most level-headed replies. It takes all I've seen. Like, I don't need to get a grip. All I said was, like, the way he's gone about it is horrific. My heart says he should never play for us again. My head says that if he's fit, while you're going for the league title, then he's gonna play. I'm not naive enough to think that the management and the players within and the people within the club are gonna listen to what we want as fans, and he's not going to play again. If he's fit, he's going to play again this season.
That's why I hope he's injured. I hope his injury is a season ender. I hope that's why he was crying, because he knows deep in his heart he's not playing for us again. Doesn't deserve to. He doesn't deserve to. So, and again, there's no point bringing that toxicity to the ground, because for every little gimp that's going to say, "Oh, we wish him well. We wish him well. He's played for us for 10 years." There's going to be 10 of us who want to kill him. So that's just the way it is. Unfortunately, when you see him trotting around that pitch and not tracking back and all that, when you know what he's done to us and what he's about to do to us, he'd get lynched, he'd get fucking filled in, and he'd deserve it.
Yeah. I think the killer as well is like all these rumours that are going around about multiple different aspects of it. As I say, like, you know, there's obviously the talk that he's rejected a number of contracts from us. There's talk he's rejected 325 grand a week from us to go and take 220 grand a week from Madrid. One of the best ones. Yeah. One of the best ones I seen was that his desire to move to Madrid is fueled by the fact that he wants a Latina girlfriend.
That was the only thing I thought. Yeah, fair play then, lad. You deserve that.
Yeah, let him off there.
It's Jude dressed as a fucking Latina, though.
Yeah, no. Well, obviously the reason he's going is Jude's pregnant, obviously, with his baby. So that's how it's just again the way he's done it. You know, you look at the players who get called rats and that over the course of the years and stuff. And he tops them all for me now. Like, what Owen done joining United is unforgivable. You hear his reasons, and it's still unforgivable for a lot of people, and I understand that. But like we've always, like it's been said before, if your choice is United or Stoke, like you're not turning down that deal at that offer at that point in your career. Unfortunately, that's just the way the footballing mind works.
Especially because he's been to two clubs before us. He never left Liverpool to go to United to win.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
He went to Madrid, he went to Newcastle, and then again, every single. And this is where like Owen gets put in this category. Firstly, we were selling him, and Benitez tried to put him in a fucking European like qualifier. So he was cup tied and he refused to play. Which when you're about to go to Real Madrid, who are fucking famous for winning European Cups, you don't want to be cup tied in your first season. So I totally understand that. He's quoted saying that he asked the club if he could go, and he wants to come back in a year or two. He wants to just experience it, because otherwise he'd regret it. Liverpool agreed. Liverpool let him go, and then we wouldn't pay the money for him to get him back.
It was meant to be an Ian Rush situation, money for him.
Yeah. Well, we offered, I don't know whether it was 8 or 9 million or something, and Newcastle offered 15 or 11 or whatever. But they basically offered more than us, which is mad when you think back then. Fucking Newcastle beating us to signings. They offered more money, and for them it was all about like getting the most money for him. So he had to go there or stay. He then went from Newcastle and on his way to Man United, called in at Melwood to try and get a deal done. Fucking got snubbed again. So he's tried everything to get back to us. As planned. Never happened. Mac Manaman fucking threw us under the bus. Little rat. But he left us when we were shite. So again, you're under the team's struggling. you're a big fish in a little pond at that time. At the time he left, I didn't even think he was that good, I'll be honest. But I know people who were a little bit older than me who understood the game a bit more at the time just say he was unbelievable.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a rat. I'll never respect McManaman ever. But at least he had a little bit of a reasoning why he'd do it. And then again, you've got your likes of your Sterlings who've come through the academy. I didn't bat an eyelid when he went, to be honest. I just thought he was a greedy little cunt. The Trent situation is bizarre because of where we're at. We've won everything with him. So some people are saying, oh, we've won everything, he should be able to go and dream. No, once you've won it once, you want to go and win it again. That's what the top players do.
That's how you cement your legacy.
You should be wanting to go and win more European Cups and Premier Leagues at Liverpool. But no, he feels like his chapter's written at Liverpool, and 100%, like, you know, if he'd have come out and said last year, listen, I am really desperate. If he'd have done a Michael Owen and said, I'm desperate to go and try a foreign country and see what it's about over there, and, you know, I'll have regrets for the rest of my life if I don't ever go there. So I'm going to go. Take the money for me, or I'll play for you and I'll give absolutely everything if the club want to keep me till my contract's gone. Mate, he'd be getting a fucking standing ovation off the cop when he leaves. He's told us. That's how simple it is. He's told us. So all he had to do was say to us, we're going. He spoke to Real Madrid for 2 years, according to reports, whilst stringing Liverpool Football Club along, telling us he's going to sign. Like, it's a fucking rat's trick to get a few quid more for him and his two horrible little bastard brothers. So, as far as I'm concerned, mate, they are not fucking, they won't be welcome in the city. They won't be safe walking around the city. They'll get hell wherever they go. It's like when Rooney left Everton, mate, he couldn't just walk around the street. He'd get fucking egged. He'd get bricked. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them. It's something that means much more to Scousers than it does other fan bases, whether you're Liverpool or Everton. When you're a kid, you have one or two dreams. You're either brought up properly and you dream of playing at Anfield, or you're fucking in desperate situations and become a Blue and you dream of playing at Goodison. And that's it, no matter how good or bad Everton are in terms of support and that, it means the world to them. Like, they bleed blue, we bleed red. It's a passionate thing. And I think some footy players, once they get that lifestyle, they forget where they come from. And that's exactly what's happened to Trent for me.
I mean, the signs were there, weren't they? Let's be honest, he has become a bit of a sort of a David Beckham in that regard. You know, you look at him, he's wearing fucking overalls with a vest on to the fucking Grand Prix, and that he's fucking he's modelling, he's dating models, and that. It's like he's not your typical Liverpool player in terms of like aesthetics and that, the way he looks and the way he acts. He's not your typical Liverpool player, and I get that. He would have been fucking very in place with the fucking Spice Boys back in the 90s, to be fair. But it's just, yeah.
He'd have got like in the Spice Boys in that overall, lad, wouldn't he? Fucking hell.
I only seen that again yesterday, lad, and I was like, what the fucking hell? Ah, lad, it was bad. It's the overalls were bad enough, and then the vest as well. Like, it's lad, you're from fucking West Derby, swear.
He put that on, and I thought, I can never say a bad word about Calvert-Lewin ever again. Fucking hell. It's like something out of Village, people. Fucking hell. Lash your skirt on, lad, and keep some pride.
I know, yeah. So, it's, look, like I said at the start, and we all knew this was coming. It's just, like you said there, like the fact that he's strung us along. As I said before, it's almost as if he's give us some kind of indication that he was going to sign a new deal so that, you know, he could get the best out of the deal for himself and his brothers. You know, the fact that obviously the rumours that we had an offer for him in January and we rejected it, again, tells you that, all right, yeah, he's staying, he wants to stay. Why else would we not take the money for him? No, it wouldn't have been a lot in terms of what he's actually worth, but, you know, I'd rather us get 25, 30 mil for him than nothing. Obviously now the talk switches to the other two as well, and, you know, Robbie Fowler, what he said a few months back, that he thinks nothing's been announced with the other two to protect Trent. I think if that is the case, hopefully we will start seeing some announcements for the other two now, because we've got to see something. Like, the fan base is going to start becoming getting unrest. You know what I mean? It's like there's going to be something. If all three of them go, it's gonna cause fucking riots in the city. It's gonna be fucking chaotic.
And it's so as well. And this is the difference, is that Trent stayed silent. Trent strung the club along. We've again, you can say the reports are false, but then you can say the reports from Madrid are false. So you either believe it all or you believe none of it. Unfortunately, I believe every single word that's been said. I believe that he spoke to them for years. He's played their plan. He's told them to play the game and, you know, go for free eventually. I think he's been a big, massive... He's been a player in the game. He's took part with his brothers. They're expecting to. And I think he's played us along. I think the other two, again, he got given the vice captaincy. He hasn't spoken to the media once. He's only about himself. He hasn't spoke about Liverpool or after a game or before a game or anything like that. He spoke about himself and what he wants to achieve in his own career, which again was a red flag when you watch it back. When you hear him speaking about what his goals were and what he'd prefer out of 4 options, I think it was mad. Which you're probably going to touch on in a bit, aren't you? I imagine.
Probably. We will get to that.
And then you've got Van Dijk and you've got Salah, who have been to the media at every given opportunity. Like, yeah, I want to stay. I love the fans. I love the team. I love the club. I want to stay. Nothing's been discussed. Nothing's been sorted. Practically begging for a contract. Now, if Liverpool don't want to give them big money and don't want to give them long-term contracts, I understand it to a point. Stop fucking about. There's 3 or 4 months left before they can just literally walk away to anyone. They've had the decency to not speak to anybody, unlike someone else. They haven't battered any fucking interest in anyone else. They've remained loyal to Liverpool. They want to stay with Liverpool. Give them the money and give them a 2 or 3 year contract. If whatever they're asking for, if it's not stupid, give them it. Because at the very least, lad, if we give them a 3-year contract and they get into year 2 and their numbers start dipping, you're still getting 20, 30 million for them.
Yeah.
Still getting money. You're getting the contract paid off. What you've already paid them for the year, for the time, and you're getting a few quid back. So it's literally risk-free with Van Dijk and Salah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the thing is, the way they look after themselves, the way they play, they don't look like that's going to happen. You know, Salah, you look at him and he's still in as good a condition as he was when we first signed him. Like, nothing has dropped in his game at all. He's still as quick as ever. He's still as sharp as ever. He's still as clinical as ever. Obviously, the last month hasn't been as good for him, but you can forgive him for that with Ramadan and everything. But other than that, he's still looking like the same Salah we bought. And Van Dijk, again, you can say the same. He looks every bit as good as when we first signed him. And the fact that he's actually, you look at the injury he had and the fact that it probably did take him a season to get over that as well. And to come back to the level he's at is just remarkable. But neither of them look like they're slowing down anytime soon. Like, I genuinely think the both of them, you could probably give them another 5-year deal each, and by the end of the 5 years, they'd probably still be very close to the peak, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's a hard one, lad, because I know you've seen that analysis done, like the overlap or whatever it is, that the show, and he's saying that it's the stats prove that players who are coming out of contract, the numbers go up and the stats go up and they look very good, and then they get the payday and they slow down a bit. But that's what happens. That they're playing for a contract, they're playing to show Liverpool they're worthy of more time, and you can't knock that. Again, if they want to give them a smaller basic wage and then hit them for every bonus that you can give, every clean sheet, every added clearance, every fucking shot out on target, all that, every distance covered, do it. Make them be able to earn the big money by doing the job. And only when the body starts letting them down and they start faltering, do you look at selling them to a foreign country and still getting you're getting. If Van Dijk's got a year left on his contract, I still think you're getting 20, 30 mil for him. And the same with Salah. So, again, it's not like he'll have been a has-been. He'll go to any other league on the planet and be a Rolls Royce there, and Salah will go to any other league and you'd still expect him to get 15, 20 goals because that'll be the pace he'll be at, because he's slowed down, but he'll still be better than all the other players. So, yeah, I think if Liverpool fuck up the other 2 contracts, it's on Liverpool. They've been adamant to sign. They've put the fucking cards on the table and said, we want to be here. If Liverpool fuck that up, someone needs sacking. And the fans will let them know that the FSG will get hounded. And again, it's not Fenway Sports, not John Henry or Bird or Tom Werner who are dealing with these contact situations. They've employed someone to do it. It does get to a point where you think, fucking hell, there's only 3 months left. When's he going to strike this deal? Get it sorted. Get on the phone to him. Tell him he's not doing his job and get it sorted. Authorise a few quid more if you have to, whatever. Get the other 2 signed. The fact that the reports are we have offered Trent like 325 grand and he's turned it down tells you all you need to know. Like, he's not interested in playing for Liverpool Football Club, and that's the reason why I don't want to see him in a red shirt again.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Yeah, the other 2 just need sorting out now. We need that. We just need that foundation, knowing that they're staying. I think it holds the key to so much that involves us going forward. It's the difference between Kanate signing a new deal in the summer or not signing a new deal. It's the difference between going and getting 3 or 4 potentially world-class players to getting 5 or 6 very good players instead. It genuinely does hold the key to our future in the short term. Obviously,
it could be like a pick-me-up that we need. It could be you announce the Trent news first, put the spotlight on him. He gets all the shit he gets for a few days, then announce the other 2, and Trent Alexander-Arnold is forgotten. And it's as simple as that. He's done what he's done. We'll have accepted what he's done. We won't like it, but when the other 2 are signed, he'll just be another player that kicked the ball for Liverpool for a bit. He'll be just forgotten. As long as we get the others over the line, I couldn't care less about Trent. Just as I say, I'm not interested in losing a player. I think he's a player we could lose and not really realise he's gone. Plays a few exceptional passes. A few times a game, he can get on the front foot from nowhere. But for what he offers defensively, he kills us more than he helps us. So, as a player, I'm not bothered with losing Trent Alexander-Arnold. I'm genuinely not, and I mean that. But as a scouser and someone who could have had a legacy, I think he's let himself down. I think he's let a lot of his family down, and he's let us down, the fans and the club. So he'll be remembered for that. That's where he'll be remembered. He'll be remembered as another lad who played for Liverpool, and he shit on us. So he'll never get spoke about again. Really, you've already got people changing the fucking corner taking quickly pictures and that.
I was just gonna say, I love the rewriting of history with everything.
It's mad.
The Trent murals now is going to be an Endo mural, which I'm on board with 100%. Curtis Jones.
Go on, sorry.
I was going to say Curtis Jones is the scouser in our team now.
But it'll be a point, lad, where like little kids when they're young, they see that corner taken quickly and they ask who's that because they'll know who he is because he'll never get discussed again. And it will be. That's all you remember Trent for is that. I can't pinpoint another key moment where he's done anything to win us a game like that. You know what I mean? Not really. I can't. I honestly can't. Off the top of my head,
I think the Leicester game, the season we won the league at their place, was probably that's his best game in a Liverpool shirt. He was the catalyst for that game, and I think that was a sort of game where a lot of people started to believe. So I think that stands out, and that's the thing. I think he's a moments player, isn't he? He's not a player who's going to be fantastic for the whole game, but then he'll pick the ball up on the edge of our box and ping it to the edge of the other box and we score from it. And it's like, fucking hell, have you just done that? And that's what he is. He's a moments player.
That's the annoying thing is like when he's good, there's no one better at passing the ball than him. I call him the equivalent to David Beckham. When it's gone well or you need a magic moment out of nothing, he's capable of a pinpoint fucking 80-yard ball to feet and get you in behind when no one's expecting it. He can whip it across the floor through midfields and that. He's been brilliant going forward, so I'm not going to be two-faced and knock him. But I just think what he offers defensively and his lackluster style of getting back in that, I was fed up of watching him. I was a bit glad when he went off against PSG because I'm sick of watching him. Sick of watching him jog and get skinned and literally not make an effort. I think I haven't liked his body language for 2 years. I don't think he looks interested in the red shirt. I don't think he puts a shift in for the red shirt. I think he struts around the pitch like he's a little bit too good for defending, basically. We've had conversation after conversation about him. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But I'm just bored of hating him because I was sick to death of watching him. I'm sick to death of paying money to go and watch a player who can ping a 60-yard ball but then get caught on the halfway line and walk back. It's frustrating. And that's where I put him in the bracket of Beckham. When your team's doing dead well, or you need like a little moment of magic, he might do nothing else all game. He can produce that. But when the going gets tough and you need someone to dig in and fight and work hard for you, he's not worth being on the pitch. And that's where Conor Bradley comes in. And I think I said that to you before the derby. You know, if you need a fighter and you need a player who's going to get stuck in that, you want Conor Bradley on the pitch. You seen at the end of the derby, there was a fucking fight, and you didn't see Trent in any of the footage, any of the pictures. Trent's not there to be seen. Curtis Jones is. There was fans closer to getting on the pitch to have a scrap before Trent. And again, he just hasn't got that Liverpool fight in him anymore. And I don't know why he's lost that, but he has lost it. And yeah, his head's gone, his head's been turned. He's going to Madrid. Not asked that we're losing the player. I just think he's a cunt for doing it the way he's done it.
Yeah. I just want to preface this by saying, if by some fucking massively fucking mad turn of events he does end up signing a new contract, this episode will be getting deleted from history. This will no longer.
Do you know what? It shouldn't. You know what? It's literally, it's saying what we're commenting based on the report, and it's probably a stupid thing to do, but we're not the only ones to do it. Every single person's had an opinion on it. I've put loads of posts about it. It's something that's, you know, again, it's footy. It's our football team getting ripped apart by someone within the club from us, making sure we don't get no money for him, so he profits. So yeah, if he ended up staying at us, and this is going to sound fucking stupid, but I hope if he was to sign a contract, I hope it's so he can fucking go straight away. Or go
I know what you mean.
Because I'm bored of him. Literally, and it sounds two-faced because there's been podcasts where we've gone, lad, he is out of this world. He is phenomenal. There's no one like him. And then you've got like fucking players from like Southamptons and that's skinning him. Do you know what I mean? Players from Wolves skipping past them, and you're just like, this can't be. This can't be.
It's not the same player.
You've seen Roy Keane say he'd be lucky to get to Sammy Rovers the way he's playing. He cannot defend. He doesn't want to defend. So you could strip our podcast down, and in nearly every podcast we'll have either a go at Trent or say he's good. So he lacks consistency, and he lacks the ability to fight and get stuck in and really look like he's arsed to the shirt. And again, that's been very telling. That Man United game, mate,
that was the worst.
I've never wanted a player not to play for us again ever, and I think that's one of the worst performances I've ever seen from a red shirt in my life. Not just a Scouser, anyone. Anyone. I think Paul Konchesky would have defended better than him against Man United. He'd have at least put a foot out and had a go. But yeah, he's a hit and miss player. On his day, there's not a fucking soul like him on the planet. But he doesn't have his day enough for me. And again, it sounds fickle because he's going, but we're just echoing what every other single fan base in the country and around the world has told us for fucking 8 years, that he's a great luxury player going forward, but his defence is a hindrance, and that's why England fans don't want him playing for the country. But now, all of a sudden, he's Cafu again, so that's the way it is, isn't it? Leaving Liverpool, you're Cafu, sort of.
Yeah, I think what I will say as well is you've just said there, you know, it probably stupid to do this based on just reports, but I think who the reports are coming from is important as well. Like, we are now seeing the likes of Fabrizio Romano. I know he's not always like the most on the ball when it comes to Liverpool, but the likes of him saying it and making videos, which he doesn't really do as well, which is mad. David Ornstein's come out and said it. I don't think Paul Joyce has said too much yet, but like, I think he's the only one sort of missing from the realms of the most reputable one.
He waits until it's completely 100% Paul Joyce, and that's why you shouldn't really ever believe anything until he shares it. But like, I remember when Gerrard he went to fucking Chelsea's training ground, and I remember being in science, and we had it up on the phone, and he was pulling up at their car park, and I had fucking cheese down my face, thinking, lad, my heart was gone. My heart sunk, and I was like, how have we allowed this to happen? And he'd had a gentleman's agreement and done a bouncer, lad, and went home. And obviously, some people say it's because of gangsters, some people it's because he had an epiphany and he realised what it would have been like to not play for us. And, you know, again, letting friends and family down and not being able to walk around the city with your head held high. But again, Trent, this doesn't bother me in that sense. It doesn't ask me. We're not losing a player that we can't replace. We're losing a player who's been a very good player in an unbelievable machine, who's very replaceable. You know, you can go and get a player who can cross a ball and pass a ball, not to his level, but they can defend 10 times better, and that's where we're at now. I don't think Trent, our team's not built around Trent's ability. We don't cater for what he does. He doesn't go into that inverted role. He's just stuck out at right back. It doesn't suit him. He needs to be the star of the team, and an Arnie Slot's team, he's not. So again, that might be another factor to factor in why he wants out. But yeah, again, I wish he'd have gone a different way about it so we could give him a clap, because he has been a boss player for us. He's been a good servant. He's lived all our dreams, and it would have been nice to say, go ahead, lad, go and enjoy the sun, but he's fucked it.
Yeah, it is a shame. To an extent, the fact that, you know, you look at the last couple of seasons and you look at the send off, like the likes of Thiago got, that send off, Firmino got, Milner, Klopp, and obviously last season, and all his staff. You look at that, and yeah, Trent deserves that kind of a send off. He really does. But doing it like this, he's just completely, you know, he's destroyed any hopes of that, and rightly so. I have got a request. So your little Jedi tagged me in a post.
God.
No, it's not a question or not, and it's actually just dead normal from him for once. No, he tagged me in it. So do I, but none of that today. Don't worry. So all he done, he tagged me in a post by Henry Winter about the situation, and he's asked me to just read it out so we can get our opinions on what he said. So it's a fairly long tweet, so I am going to read it out. So just bear with me for a minute. But I think he sums it up quite well, and he just wants to get our opinions on what he said, basically. So Liverpool Football Club are bigger than any player. They have lost elite players before and carried on. Keegan leaves, Dalglish arrives, the trophies continue. When a player leaves, it opens an opportunity for another, either promoted from within or expertly recruited. Liverpool are very good at player development and player recruitment. Conor Bradley is still only 21 and obviously not yet in Trent Alexander-Arnold's class, especially passing, but he showed his talent against, amongst others, Chelsea in January 2021, against Real Madrid's Kylian Mbappe. Bradley's unfazed by occasion or opposition. He invariably steps up whenever stepping in for Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold's being criticised by some Liverpool fans, not only for the decision, barring a late U-turn to join Real this summer, but for the manner of the process behind his exit. The free transfer, the silence. There's very rarely a smooth, seamless, accepted way to leave a club. Show me the acrimony. Fans feel let down, spent, but it needs recording and remembering that Alexander-Arnold has played well this season, even with all the distraction of Real's interest. Now 26, he's given so much to Liverpool over a decade, and he'll leave, having contributed to Liverpool being champions again. Just as he contributed to their previous title success, to the Champions League success, to their FA Cup and EFL Cup success, Alexander-Arnold has represented his boyhood club with he's put love. His boyhood club with skill, boldness, pride, and passion on 349 occasions, scoring 22 goals and assisting 86 goals. He's contributed fully. He's also represented the club well off the field, committed to local community initiatives. Liverpool are a great club on the up under Arne Slot, but Alexander-Arnold will be joining the biggest club in the world. The law of Real Madrid is obvious. Bernabeu, his mate Bellingham, Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., Ancelotti, possibly Xabi Alonso next. Their need for a younger right back with Danny Carvajal, 33. As Alexander-Arnold gets on with his career at Real, Liverpool will get on next season. They're 134th. A few tears will be shed, a few angry words will be unleashed, but life will go on.
Spot on, lad, yeah. Obviously, you know, I won't be clapping him. I don't want to see him on the pitch again. As I say, for what he's done, the way he's gone about it. All it took was a statement last year. He's been speaking to them for 2 years. All it took was a statement, and the club to agree to release the statement. Again, things could come out that we're a bit over the top because, you know, Liverpool might have known he was going and would have preferred to keep him until the contract was gone. You know, to try and win the title. He's the vice captain. One of the newest players in with your vice captain and a local homegrown lad. So it could all come out where we all end up looking a bit stupid. But at this moment in time, from what we're getting reported to, you can only react to what you're getting reported to. And what we're getting told is practically shit on the club. He's strung us along. He's getting a massive signing on fee. And Liverpool are getting absolutely nothing for him to replace him. So everything that Henry Winter said there, yeah, he's been a good player on a Champions winning side. I want to clarify that Trent hasn't won everything. He's just been part of a Liverpool team that's won everything. I'm sick of people saying, "Oh, he's won them the lot." He hasn't won us the lot. I think we win every trophy we've won without him, because Jurgen Klopp was good enough to have brought a player in to play a way that he played. So I want to nip that one in the bud. He didn't win everything. Liverpool won everything, and Trent was part of it. But yeah, he's been a good servant, lads. It's as I say before, it's a shame that it's going to end this way, because it would have been nice to have been able to say to him, "Nice one, lad, go and enjoy it. You've give everything." I don't even think that's true. I don't think he's give everything. I don't think he's left his body on the line for Liverpool. Not certainly not in the last 2 years. He's not in for last ditch tackles. He's not busting a gut to get back to win the ball. He gets ghosted past and he stops and he walks. And there's only so many times you can see that and go, "Oh, it's a tactical thing." I've said many times, Andy Roberts playing the opposite side from him must want to kill him, because even at his age now, he loses the ball and he does absolutely everything within his power to get back and make a tackle. Trent watches it go past him and at times score. And again, just puts his head down and gets off. So, yeah, he's spot on. Everything he said there is absolutely spot on. But again, the fans that are angry because Liverpool means more to us than it seemingly means to Trent, and that's pissed us off. And that's the be all and end all of it. You know, once he's gone, he'll be one of them players. You know, you see the likes of Xabi Alonso's go and your Suarez's go, and I know Suarez kicked up a fuss to get off. Wanted to go to Arsenal, stuff like that, but he stuck around, and then he went. He gave us the other year. And in that year, he gave us absolutely fucking everything he had. He put his body on the line. He nearly killed himself for Liverpool Football Club. And that's why every time he scored, we were made up for him. With Trent, when we see Trent kicking the ball, I'll want his knee to go every time I see him. Every time I see him kick a ball, I'll hope his knee goes. And I'm not, you know, it's not bitter or nasty. That's just the feeling I'll have towards him. It was the same with Sterling. It was the same with Owen. It was the same with McManaman. And then there's other players who go gracefully just because they want a challenge, and we feel let down at the time. But, you know, you've got to accept, just because you're from Liverpool doesn't mean you have to be here forever. That's not what we want. We don't think you've got to sign a contract with the devil and just belong to Liverpool forever because you're from here. No, we just think a bit of respect from your way, and we'll clap you away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's getting talked about again. And you into there saying Keegan's left and Dalglish has left, and he's not one of them. Gerrard left. He's not one of them. He's not in that category of player. He's not breaking anyone's heart because he's leaving. Maybe a few birds because he's a good-looking lad, or a few fellas. But that's about it. He's not breaking anyone's heart because we're losing the player. He's not breaking my heart at all, to be fair. He's just pissed me off. And that's the way I feel. I couldn't care less about him going, because I personally don't rate him highly enough. I also think Liverpool not kicking up a fuss. I don't think Liverpool do either anymore. I don't think Arne Slot does. He's come off in every single game he's played. And there's been games where he's been fit and he hasn't played them. And you've seen him get roasted left, right and centre this season. He's had a few really good games, but I think his assists are a lot more down, and I think he scored once. So his stats are dropping. His performance levels are dropping. again, Liverpool, I think defensively got a little bit better this year. But I think we were just tighter as a unit, as a defence. You know what I mean? No big gaps. So, yeah, it's what it is, lads. I'm over it already. I mightn't sound like I am, but I am. I'm really. I just wish I could explain it, but I couldn't care less that Trent's gone. I just wish he'd gone about it better. That's it.
A different way, yeah. And that's it. And I think you've just sort of hit the nail on the head there. It's like, I don't feel the way I did when Torres was leaving. Like, I don't feel even the way I did when Suarez. To be fair with Suarez, it's not necessarily him leaving that hurt me the most. It was the fact that we brought in Ricky Lambert and Mario Balotelli to replace him that hurt more. But no, it's not that. Like, you know, when Gerrard announced he was leaving, even at the age he was, it broke your heart because it's like it's Steven Gerrard. I think to an extent, not the same extent, but Carragher retiring was a similar thing. It was like, fucking hell, can't believe Carragher's not going to be playing next season. And it's like with Trent, it's like it's just not the same with Trent. Like you say, it's like because we've seen how good Conor Bradley can be, and don't get me wrong, I think Henry Winter is right in what he said there. I don't think he's quite ready to be the sole number one replacement for him at the minute. We definitely do need to bring somebody else in and have sort of two competing first choice right backs next season. But he does appear to be the heir apparent.
I think I've said a few times if the two of them were fit, I'd start Conor Bradley. I think a lot of Liverpool fans have said that. Again, you can put too much pressure on him. He's only 21. His ability to pass a ball. I don't think he's as quick thinking as Trent, but I think he can deliver a ball as good as him. I don't think he's as off the cuff where I don't think he sees passes the same. Trent has got an eye in football that only players like Gerrard and De Bruyne and Beckham have. It's an outrageous eye for a pass. I think he knows what he's doing before he's even got the ball. And I think the players who are going to make the run know what he's about to do before he's got the ball. So to have that level of ability is fantastic. I don't think Bradley's got that, but I think he makes up for it in his defensive duties. I think I call him the Andy Robbo of the right. I think he's everything Andy Robbo's been. I think he's not going to score a lot of goals. I think he's got a better shot than Robbo. But Trent never scored us a lot of goals. He's been here 10 years. He scored about 20 goals. It's not too bad for a right back, but for someone who goes into that midfield role, takes every free kick, you know, he should have more goals. Assist-wise, he might never be matched. His stats for assists is just ludicrous, to be fair to him. So again, I'm not going to sit here and say he's shite. I think the defensive part of his game lets him down. I think Conor Bradley's a well better defender, and I think he's still got a lot of learning to do. I think you can get better at passing the ball and crossing the ball. I think the eye, is natural. I think you can't learn that. But yeah, I think Conor Bradley, I've said before, I think if the two of them were fit, in most games where it's going to be a bit gritty and you need a fight, you've got to dig in. Conor Bradley starts for me. But yeah, 100%. Like if we've got any idea that we're going into the market and we're not looking for a right back once Trent's gone, we are mad. Because we need backup. You can't be bringing Quansah and Gomez on at right back or Endo. As much as Endo can play anywhere and everywhere he wants in any sport, you can't be relying on when you going for titles and wanting to go one step further next year in like the Champions League and the Cups. We've got to build a really, really good squad, and I think that's what's about to happen. I'm confident in what we're about to do. If the money we've got to spend is true, then it's going to be a summer to look forward to. It's going to be loads of names getting fucking through around here and there, but we're ready for a rebuild. I know Klopp's had a good goal rebuilding the midfield, but there's positions all over the park that are getting a little bit older and not doing the job properly. And I think Trent fell into that category of we needed the right back anyway. Who could defend when the going got tough. So even if Trent stayed, I'd have still said we probably need another right back because Bradley gets injured quite a bit.
Yeah. So the one thing I want to ask you then before we wrap it up, obviously we can only go off the reports that are out there at the minute. at this moment in time, based on what has been reported, is there any blame at all on Michael Edwards, on Richard Hughes? Is there any blame at all on them for just for Trent's situation specifically, not the other two, but just on Trent? If the rumours are true that he's rejected 4 contracts or however many contracts he's rejected, and he has been talking to Madrid for 2 years, and his mind's been made up since then, pretty much, and we knew about it. Can any blame be put onto them for any part of it? So whether that's refusing to sell him, whether it's, if we knew he was going to go, needlessly offering them new deals when we knew it was going to be no good. Like, is there any part of blame that can be put on them?
It's hard, isn't it? Because we're obviously, I think McManaman said it, with the Van Dijk and Salah stuff, we're blaming the club if they go, but with Trent, we're blaming Trent because of the way it's being handled. I think once it gets to the 18-month mark and he hasn't put pen to paper, but he's telling us he's going to, I think that's when you start going, right, listen, put a deadline in. Say if you haven't signed when it gets to a year, we're going to have to sell you. And I think then, at the very least, Real Madrid don't buy him with a year left on his contract because he's 60 odd mil. They're not spending money because so I think that's where I think we've showed our hand to be a little bit weak in the transfer market. I think we've been the weaker out the two. I think Madrid have sort of bullied us into a corner. With Trent, I think we've known all along that he could have been playing a game, but we've accepted his word that he wasn't. So yeah, there's a bit of blame on the time scale. And not having the balls to do something about it, and it's the same. Like I think, even if it's like offering someone to work on the Saturday and you ask them every day, but then it gets to Friday and they blank you and you're like, oh fucking hell, he's not coming in, is he? It's a bit like that where we're asking them, but nothing's getting negotiated, nothing's getting signed. It's getting closer and closer to the deadline. We know it's not happening. That's where my nerves are shot with the other two because, even Van Dijk said only a week or two ago, if anyone says they know what's going on, they're lying because I don't even know what's going on. So, I think they've handled all of it poorly with the timescales. I think the only reason you do that is because you've had a concrete conversation with all of them and you're absolutely adamant that they've got no interest going anywhere else. I think the only thing with the Trent situation is I haven't seen any figures released, and then the last contract offer they released how much. So I think that was Liverpool's way of like backing themselves, saying, listen, we fucking tried here. And he's still saying no. We've offered a right back substantial amounts of money that no other right back on the world will be on and shouldn't be on. The right back shouldn't be on that much money because they're not the superstar of the team. You know what I mean? If you're offering 125 grand, you've got to be offering Van Dijk and Salah 450.
Yeah, easy.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think the timescale of it has been piss poor. I think it's been managed piss poor. I think that the lack of conversations with the media from the club and Arnie Slot doesn't even seem to know what's going on. The silence from the club while we're all nervous wrecks in a league title season, I think has just been poor. At the very least, when Van Dijk and Salah are coming out saying they want to sign contracts, we should be coming out saying, well, we're signing, we are negotiating, we're in talks, we're confident. But they haven't briefed any of the journalists. The only journalist they've briefed is the Trent Alexander-Arnold, 325 grand, and that come from all our media. So, the owners and Edwards, I think Edwards has got a fucking massive job on his hands to keep his job because he's done nothing. He spoke to one player, failed, signed the goalie, loaned him out, and you've got players like Kanate, you've got Diaz, you've got Alisson, Salah, Van Dijk, and Ratface, all getting to the end of the career with Liverpool, and not a single thing's been done.
Yeah.
And the reports coming from the Kanate camp is that it doesn't look like anything's going to get done. Because I don't know.
Well, he wants assurances, doesn't he? That's what it is.
But of course, like, you're not going to, you could be playing with Van Dijk next season, or you could be playing with fucking Reece Williams, you know what I mean? It's the difference. I think the players that have come in to play for Klopp. I also think, and I don't think this is why Trent's going or whatever, but the style of football we're playing at the minute is not entertaining, and it's basically begging teams to attack you. without having the ball a lot of it. So he wants assurances that we're not going to be playing that football again next season. And I think the reason you've seen how we started in the first 3 months. We were in complete control of games. We had the ball when we needed it, where we needed it. We pressed when we needed, where we needed. And we just looked a brilliant side. As the wheels are starting to fall off a little bit and we're getting a bit tireder, I think we're getting a bit more cautious, and we're happy to do as least work as possible and try and get the points. So I'm hoping it is just it's a tactic to win points and win games and get over the line. And then you might see what Arne Slot's about when he's got his own players, and that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
You know, I think there's a number of players there that, again, players who've done really good things for us, some players who haven't done much. But there's no one in the team that I'd be heartbroken we lost, other than fucking Alisson, Van Dijk and Salah. I think any of the rest, you're not really fussed. They're just
Endo.
the part.
Putting Endo in that bracket.
Going up. No, but the rest of them are part of the team. Every single one of them are replaceable, but the likes of Van Dijk, Alisson and Salah are not. And that's why, I'm not too fussed about Trent going. But, sorry, nutshell, yeah, they can take some away.
Well, not like you if you don't go all around the world, lad.
I've just got to explain myself, lad, because
I know.
It is easy to point the finger at just Trent, but yeah, they made the shambles of it. And as I said before, if the other two don't get done, you are looking at riots. You are looking at a potential league title season getting fucking
derailed, getting ruined. Not even derailed, but ruined. It's going to take the shine off it a bit, innit? Like if we win the league and then a week later they announce Van Dijk and Salah aren't staying, that takes the shine off it a bit.
Well, I'll still be pissed from when we won the league, so I wouldn't even be hard. And that's the thing on the footy, lad. If we get over that line and win the league, then whatever happens in the summer, you're sort of just like, we go again. But we should be adding to our squad, not stripping it, not taking away. You know what I mean? There's players there we can do better than. I think Liverpool Football Club deserves better than some of the players who are starting for us. I think some of the bench players who are coming on, I think we could get better. I think you could overhaul 70% of that squad and make it better. But that's not real life. You need a core. You need a few branch players who are going to dig in and have a really good go. And then you need to better the squad. And I think that's where we're at. We need a decent overhaul, not overall like Trent wears. And just see where we're at. But there's nothing we can do about it. All we can do is share our opinions and our anger and, our feelings about it all. So that's all we're doing. There's nothing we can do, lad. So all I want now is I couldn't care less about Trent now. Once this is done, I won't mention him again until it's announced. But no, I won't. I'm over it. As I say, I hope he's taken out the fold completely. If it was me, I'd ask if he wants his contract terminating. Don't give him a medal. Don't let him on the bus. Don't let him near the ground, because it's not going to be nice for us seeing him cocky as fuck with his medal and his trophy when he didn't want to be here in the first place. When he's been talking to Real Madrid behind our backs whilst telling us he's going to sign. He's an absolute cunt. It's a rat's trick, and rats deserve the fucking worst. So I don't want to see him with a trophy or a medal or on a bus, because I hope someone bricks him. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to wrap up on, to be honest with you. So yeah, thanks for listening to our opinions, thoughts, anger, and feelings, as you so eloquently put it. Look, yeah, I mean, this episode was always going to be a bit of a moody one, wasn't it? Let's be honest, but it was necessary. We don't do many like this, in fairness, so let us have this one. We will be still doing a derby preview over the next few days as well, so just keep an eye out for that. As always, get on YouTube, follow the channel, subscribe. Wherever you're listening to us, subscribe there as well. But Liverpool will carry on. Like I said, like Henry Winter said as well, there's no one player that will ever be bigger than Liverpool Football Club. We will move on, with or without Trent. And yeah, he's done it the wrong way.
Sorry, he has done it the wrong way, but again, said before about Carragher leaving, you're absolutely gutted. He had more in the tank. You've seen that interview with him. who's better than Liverpool? No, I'm not having it. You know what I mean? You've got Gerrard. I've just shared a video with Gerrard before talking about Sterling, and he wanted to rip his head off. And now Henderson's come in and deserved to have the captaincy. I put a post out there saying there's kids now who've never seen Steven Gerrard kick a ball or Carragher, and they make a last-ditch tackle, and they'll think of Carragher, and they'll have a shot, and they'll shout Gerrard. No one's going to remember Trent. No kid in this city is going to hit the ball and shout Arnold. He's not. He's going to just be a player who was once playing for our team, like many others, and he'll just ghost it. He'll just become a ghost, and it's, as I say, it's a shame. He could have had a legacy, but he's given that away to be a little fake Galactico and to suck Jude Bellingham's penis. So, on that note,
Steve Finnan was better anyway. Yeah, look, gonna wrap it up there because we're getting into different realms where we're gonna be on the fucking dark web if we start going into them fucking conversations. So, until next time, up the Reds.
Ta-ra to you.